Thank you for doing the work. Thank you for realizing your divinity and trying to see it all around you, looking for it in the people around you, seeing it, because that is what you're looking for. Serenity. I know I'm doing black and white, but I'm trying to honor the outfit here. Plus, I don't feel like putting on any fucking makeup. Okay, through love, release, and inner work, I know peace. I will comprehend the word serenity and I will know peace. That's my favorite program. Some of y'all know what my favorite promise. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have wisdom to let the universe do its work. Once you see it, you can't unsee it, can you, fam? Once you know what's really been going on for the past millennia, once you realize that they've totally taken out the divine feminine and they've turned it into history, his story, which will be moving into her story very soon. Take a deep breath. Say yes to receive frequencies of healing, unconditional love straight from the source. That's my spirit speaking to your spirit. There's no need to translate, I promise. My spirit and your spirit knows what the hell they're doing. That's the only thing I can say about it, because it kind of freaks me out. It did, especially when it first started happening. It's not what they've told you. It's not what they've told us. It's not the way that we raise our children, the way that I just feel so gross right now. But I'm not stopping this fucking video because I just keep letting stuff get in my way and I keep not sitting down and sharing my truth, my frequency, my vibration, the words that I channel, all of it is the message. It's not just what I'm saying. It's not just what you can physically, what you can work out intellectually with your mind. It is the vibration. If you are connecting with me and you've never seen me before, you are high vibrational AF. Period. Unless you're some asshole who doesn't have anything to do all day because you're some kind of narcissist who needs some type of fuel. But I'm telling you, you won't get it from me, fam. I can see you some bitches coming from miles away. You don't even know. Like, I never even realized that almost every relationship I've ever had was a narcissistic empath relationship. And I'm borderline narcissistic myself. I have empathy, though. That's the only thing that kind of makes me different, because I can get crunk as fuck. And I can get to where I really don't care about anybody's feelings. In fact, very recently I said some very mean things to somebody and they're giving me some problems. But Archangel Michael said, stand still and I will fight for you. I don't have to do nothing. Their whole world's going to come crashing down if they don't leave me the fuck alone. And anybody who sends me negative energies, know that you'll get it back 100-fold. And it goes for the same for positive vibes as well. So please know that you will get looked out for in miraculous and unexpected ways. Just for you showing your, like, sending some love, like sitting here with no judgment. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like the banter, if you don't like the talk, if you don't like the content, keep it moving and be nice about it. But if you feel the need to be ugly or something like that, we can get ugly. We can get ugly. I don't have to move from this chair and your whole life could just fall apart. Mine has fell apart for messing with the wrong people before. Believe me. Believe me. Ego is a very strong personality facet, I guess you'd call it. I really don't know, you guys. But I know 333 on the timer. Gets us in a lot of trouble. You either think you're less than somebody or you think you're more than somebody. And that's what they've trained us to do. That's what we have been programmed to do. Is you're better than or you're less than. Like the words that come after your name, it matters the kind of car you drive. If you know somebody and all that shit really, really matters. My cat's trying to beat up my dog. Give me a second. Sorry about that, fam. I got this super sweet little puppy dog and this cat. What a mean pussy. I'm just saying, bitch. Scorpio full moon, got some emotions running high, very intense energy. Solar's got me crunk. If you guys haven't checked out Solar Speaks or Solar Rises, I highly recommend it. Spirituality was hijacked by religion, by a church. They wanted to make the whole world and their empire, period, point blank. That's why all of the Christian traditions, if you look into how they started, are all pagan. Because that was the only way that the Caesar could get away with getting everyone to accept Christianity. You are an infinite being of light. Heaven and hell is a state of your mind. Period. There's no eternal judgment. The only judgment that is meted to you is how you judge other people and how you judge yourself. Period. We came down here to learn lessons. It was hijacked by beings who love power. It's not the people who got all the money. All the people with the power have all the money. And all the people with the power are, most of them, until very recently, are not coming from a heart-centered space. But all that is switching around, fam. And if you're connecting here with me, you're going to be the people that people are looking for. You're going to be, the last will be the first. The bottom will be on the top. Okay? Where the more of a wreck your life has been, whenever you start to look into why your life is like it is, because every single thing, pardon me, confirmation. That was some good spaghetti. Shit. Fuck it. I don't know how to edit, so y'all just get it all, okay? I love the shit out of you. Like, whoever you are, I don't really care what you've done. I hold you in unconditional love, which means I don't judge. That's a very hard place to be sometimes, especially whenever you think about people who hurt animals and hurt children and things like that. But you got to think, hurting people hurt people. And there was something that happened to that being that hurt them very badly to make them act that way. You don't have to put up with their shit. You have to stand in your boundaries. But anyway, where was I before the burp? You're a sovereign being. And all of the choices that you have made up to this point is why your life looks like it does right now. I was born into a very, into poverty, into abuse, into neglect, all the things. But I chose my parents for the lessons that they would bring me. Because without them, I'd be a soft-ass kid that had everything handed to him that wouldn't know what it was like to struggle. And whenever you don't know those things, you really can identify with people who have been hurt and wounded. I know where people are coming from. Period. Like, if you've ever been sexually molested or abused, I know where you're coming from. If your mom's ever beat your ass for no good reason, I know where you're coming from. If your mom's ever been jealous of you and wanted to just fuck you up because you turned out to be cute, I know where you're coming from. If you never had money except on the first of the month, I know where you're coming from. If you've sat behind bars, I know where you're coming from. If you've done dope, I know where you're coming from. If you've sold dope, I know where you're coming from. If you ever walked out on your kids, I know where you're coming from. If you've ever chosen yourself over your family or some man over your family, I know where you're coming from. If you've ever been in a narcissistic relationship, I know where you're coming from. If you ever put your hands up somebody's head, I know where you're coming from. I've been there too many times. I try to stay in my Buddha nature these days. But you trust and believe. If somebody comes near me in some type of aggressive manner, I will climb them like a tree. And I throw cases of water for a living. I got a mean-ass right hook and I will put them things on you. I don't fuck around. I haven't had to do that in a very long time, but I've been really feeling like that needs to happen lately, and I'm gonna start really getting physical with myself. You know, like I'm exercising and working out. You know, I've been riding my dog around on the bike behind me. That's an extra 80 pounds, along with her, the gallon of water I have to tote, and the buggy she rides in. That's 80 pounds, and I've been chugging it up and down the streets. Okay, just because I don't want to feel this anxiety, this anger, this frustration that is building up inside of me. Because every single time, I don't watch the news. I didn't even know it was going to snow in Florida till I woke up and it was hitting the roof. I don't pay attention to none of that. Because as soon as you start paying attention to it and as soon as you take a side, then you're feeding it. Stay neutral to that shit. Realize everything is exactly how it needs to be in this moment for us to grow and turn into a new place. A place where the divine feminine is once again recognized, acknowledged, and respected. How many men do you know that if you tell them, hey, you need to get in touch with the divine feminine, they almost physically get sick? They think, because we have been programmed to think there's something wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There ain't nothing wrong with a bitch who gets in her masculine every once in a while either. There ain't nothing wrong with a bitch who takes actions and sets up her boundaries. I'm 45 years old and I work at a grocery store overnight. Now, you believe whenever I went in there for an interview, that man thought I was desperate. She must need a man. No, I don't. I don't. For 20 years of my life, I had to have somebody around me, usually to my detriment. Someone that I took care of, that I carried, that treated me like shit because I was so codependent, you could smell it for miles. You don't have to be like that, fam. You don't have to be like that. You can choose to love yourself more than you love anybody else right now from this moment. You don't need anybody to complete you. You can be a noble gas. You can be a whole electron. Totally okay by yourself. And you will attract the right person in whenever you get like that. But the brighter your light gets, the more moths you attract. They say, oh, you can get more bees with honey. Well, what if you don't see nothing but wasps? Don't be showing your honey. Don't be showing your honey. I spent 20 years trying to fucking destroy myself. I chose one of them, probably one of the most dysfunctional bloodlines in the South. I don't even know if that's a possible thing, because there's a lot of dysfunctional shit that goes on. There's a lot of shit that still happens to kids. There's a lot of shit that is happening. But that shit is on the way out. But it ain't gonna look that pretty whenever it's all on the way out. And I was thinking about the other day, all these people who, like, you know, gender fluid and all that stuff. You think about how masculine dominated, not, what's the word I'm looking for? Dominion. We're supposed to have dominion over the earth. We're not supposed to dominate. Dominion means we work with. That means we rule over, but with a light hand. Not with the amount of animals that we slay every day. We think that they're just here for our consumption. That's not the truth. You're killing something. Every time you see a piece of meat laying on your table, something died for you to eat that. Are you saying thank you? Do you ever go stand in the produce section in your local grocery store and just turn around and look at all of the beautiful colors, all of the light? Whenever you eat fruits and vegetables, you're eating light. And the codes that are coming into the planet right now. Stand your ass outside. Get your ass outside. Put your feet on the earth. Oh, it's dirty. Motherfucker, what? What? Do you notice the amount of germs and dirt that's floating around in your house? If you've ever flushed the toilet in there one time, I don't care if you keep the door closed and the bitch is in the basement. There's fecal matter everywhere. I promise. I've looked into this shit and it make you don't even look into it. You don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. It ain't dirty. It's good for you. If you're in the room with an animal, a dog or a cat, you're closer to the divine than you've ever been whenever you sat in a church. Than you've ever been if you were sitting beside a nun. You are divinity, wrapped in flesh and bone. And that's just a part of you. You don't have to believe what they tell you about yourself. You don't have to think, it's not that important how much money you have, fam. It does make things a lot easier. I would love the chance to prove that money can't make me happy. And one day maybe that'll happen. But for right now, I'm just going to get on here and say my truth. I spent 20 years trying to destroy myself. I spent the first 20 years of my life saying I'd never be like my mom and dad. I'd never be like that. I spent the next 20 years trying to be just like her. And then I woke up one day and I realized that I have to love me the most. And the more that I love myself, not fill up my cup with love for everybody else so I can pour it on them. No, I'm going to love me so much that it just runs over and gets on them. Period. I love you because I love me. Because before I really love myself, the way that I feel when I look at my kids today, y'all, I've never felt the way that I feel right now. I mean, even the day that I saw them the first time, I felt something beautiful, something magical, something deep. But when I look at them now, it moves me with emotion every time I really even think about one of them. Because I love myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't have any worth or value. I listened to what my mama had told me because somebody told her the same shit she told me. Powerful women are not acceptable to his story. Period. If you're a very powerful feminine and you've got a magical bloodline, you've been targeted ever since you were a child. Period. No more. No more. Watch channels like Library of the Untold. Watch shit that really tells us what's going on. Watch that shit. The Angels of Atlantis. Watch that shit. The Library of Tahuti. Watch that shit. Learn how to breathe. Your breath is your spirit. Everybody breathes into this little part of their lungs right here. Everybody breathes it. Take some full and deep breaths. Change your life. It will change. You want to be high all the time? Take some deep breaths. Do the Wim Hof method and go sit your ass in some really cold water and tell me you ain't never been so high. I've shot more cocaine than Carter had little pills. And I ain't never been as high as I did whenever I got in that cold ass water after I did the Wim Hof method. And I've been off the planet. I've been so high, I was off the planet. I'm in recovery these days. The truth is the truth is the truth is the truth. Everything you've ever done, you did it for a reason. You did it so that one day you could stand up and say, ain't nobody finna define me from my past anymore. I'm standing right here, right now. The past doesn't exist and the future ain't here yet. Don't do nothing but stay right here in this very moment. Accept yourself exactly how you are. Work on your shit. Change your life. Heal yourself to heal your family. Heal your family to heal this world. Don't think that you're weak. Don't think that you're feeble. Don't think that you can't do nothing by your... You can make one baby step a day. Turn off your phone for 5 minutes and sit in total silence. Sit like a stone. Sit like a stone in front of a tree. You sit there long enough, quiet enough, and still enough a long time, you will hear that tree speaking to you. They don't speak in words like we do. They speak in frequencies and ticks. You'll hear it. Put a time lapse on a plant in a room with no air moving and watch that bitch dance. Everything around you is alive with divinity. Every single atom is God. Atom, A-T-O-M, A-D-A-M. Get it? This shit was hijacked. We're supposed to come down here and learn what we're not so we can figure out how beautiful it is to be what we actually are. And it was hijacked. We're not supposed to come. You have 4 birthrights. The 4 petals of your root chakra. Prosperity, abundance, security. Oh my goddess. Sean, don't do this. Hold on. Prosperity, abundance, security. If you know it, put it down there. That fucking pisses me off. I don't know the other one. Hold on. No, I'm not going to look it up. Somebody else can, okay? But you have 4 birthrights. They're on the 4 petals of your root chakra. Abundance, prosperity, security. Boom! Abundance, prosperity, security. Did I already say that one? Abundance, prosperity, security. I'm drawing a blank. And let your inner child out. Yeah, because that's what ascension, that's what I truly think ascension is healing your inner child and waking up to the awe and wonder. Your solar plexus is your sun. The sun is the only way we're alive. The S-U-N is the S-O-N. I don't know if anybody can wrap their mind around it. Break this temple down in 3 days, I'll build it back up. The sun sits for 3 days in the same spot after the winter solstice, and then it starts coming back toward the Southern Cross, which is Jesus was crucified on a cross. The whole Bible is allegorical stories that they hid in there, because if they would have put the truth in there where everybody could read it 100%, then it would have never found us. It's allegory. You're supposed to read it with a mythological mind, with like an allegorical mind. You're supposed to look at it as it may be symbolic, not like actual historical document. They really got us with the okadoke. But thanks to people like Matthias DiStefano, people who have woken up to all of their incarnations, people who were there for the 1987 harmonic convergence. Thank you so much to all the people who have been awake for long enough to know what the fuck's been going on, because until a few years ago, I had no clue. I walk around talking about I'm glad that I got saved when I was a kid because now I'm going to heaven. No, fam. Heaven's right here, right now. You are divine. Every single atom of your body is divine. You can tap into the universal consciousness. You can tap into Mac Miller's energy. You can tap into Tupac's energy. You can tap into Abe Lincoln's energy. You can levitate. All the things that they tell you you can't do, all the things that they say is woo-woo, is exactly what we should be paying attention to. I've changed my whole entire life in the span of less than 5 years. I've made some mistakes. I mean, I'm not going to lie. But everything happens for a reason. And I went back into that darkness because I learned some lessons in there. And I got some courage and bravery and some no fucks given. You know what I'm saying? I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to tell you. Although the 1% that has 96% of the money, they know what's going on. And all that Democrat and Republican shit, that's the same. We're fighting on the same place. Look up. Look up to the people in charge where all that little meager shit trickles down from. Pharma. They don't want you to know your body can heal itself. They don't want you eating them vegetables. They don't want you eating them grapefruits to lower your blood pressure. They don't want you eating them greens. No, they don't want you going to using sound therapy. They don't want you using color and light. They're going to tell you all that shit's woo-woo. There's motherfuckers going into rooms of sound and light right now and coming out totally restored because they restore all of your cells to the right resonance, which is the same as the earth. If you ever told me I'd be sitting in front of a camera speaking in tongues, I would tell you you're motherfucking crazy. Okay? Every time I went into church, I about died. I sweat so bad. You know what I'm saying? You would never, no way I would ever be high vibrational enough, blessed enough, light enough to ever be able to speak for the divine. But guess what? This hooker is speaking for the divine. Period. Get right or get left. It's time for you to realize your divinity, fam. It's time for you to realize what the fuck you really are. It's time for you to realize and look at that, look for that in everyone else. Realize everybody's on their own journey trying to figure that out. Everybody comes down here to remember that shit. Everybody has that intention. And everybody knows they're going to forget. And everybody comes back over and over and over again because they get caught up in the glitz and the lights and the glamour of the fucking 3D. Everything you see is a wave of light. It doesn't even really exist. We come down here to play. It's time to play. It's time to have fun. It's time to rule over your fucking reality and punch fear in the face. Thank you, Sacred Knowledge Tarot. Check her out. Check her ass out too. Check out the Gaia Network. Check out Bruce Lipton. Check out Joe Dispenza. Check out all of them. All of them. Check out quantum physics. I mean, really look into this shit. Don't just sit there and believe what everybody's fucking telling you. Don't believe you're going to go into a building and find God, because if that shit would have worked, the world has gotten steadily worse since they spread Christianity across the planet with swords and knives and taking the medicine man. You think all the medicine men and all the fucking Buddhists and all the fucking Dalai Lamas and all those people are wrong somehow, and just all of a sudden this guy came along and he's got it? No, fam. He was telling us the same thing they were. They just twisted his truth. Twisted it. Because Caesar couldn't have everybody knowing they were divine. Caesar couldn't have everybody being still and knowing they're God. Caesar couldn't have them thinking, oh, whatever he could do, they're going to do even better. Oh, no, no, no. He did that for you. Now you should feel guilty. Now you should feel bad. Now you should come in here and let us give you this cracker and give you this little grape juice, and everything's going to be okay if you keep putting that money in that motherfucking plate. William Donahue said it the best. They tell you it's like you get a 30-room mansion and a brand new Cadillac. Give us $30 a month for the rest of your life, and you can go have it whenever you die. Shit don't make no damn sense. Death is not real. You get out of this car and you get into another one. This is a car. This is a car. This is a ba. Merkaba. It's just a physical vessel that holds your light for this incarnation. Please listen to what I'm telling to you. Check out Steve Nobel, the Moldavite transmission. Because if you're connecting with me, your ass is from a different collective. My skin is really blue. I got big black eyes, no hair, and a big ass cranium. I'm about 7 foot tall. Blue as fuck. And probably so are you. Anyway, that's my truth. 2303 on the timer. Beautiful time to stop. I love you. To the moon and back. You are loved. Because we came here. I hope y'all can see that. Because I'm not going to edit. To love and be loved. I love y'all. Bye. 1, 2, 3.